Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom,
And I'm Mike.
and today, Blind Fight Friday. What do we do for Blind Fight Friday? Blind Fight Friday, we pick two random samples out of the sample pool collection, or they're together anyways. We don't try to guess anything anymore. We usually try to guess type and proof and price, but it doesn't really matter anymore. We put whiskey against whiskey, and we see which one comes ahead. So some of these have been in there for the last 3 years when we started a different game that we used to play with these. Some of these are suggestions by you guys. Some of these are just something that I might have dreamt up and be like, oh, I want to see what this one tastes against this one. But ultimately, it's whiskey and whiskey, and I just like doing them this way because sometimes we put some bangers against each other, and we have no clue what we're even drinking because you're not looking at a bottle, you're looking at a little sample guy, and then
It comes out, sample guy.
And it comes out, and you're like, oh, geez, I can't believe those were those bottles. Because sometimes it fools you where I like to think I can always get a Buffalo Trace, or I like to think I can always guess a
You
Jack
do better
Daniels.
than me on that. I'll give you that.
Sometimes you get it. Sometimes it escapes you when you do them like this.
I could say we went into the nice dark crisp.
It is actually. They're both relatively the same
Yours
color,
might be
too.
a little bit darker.
Yeah. We usually plan it that
I don't
way
think
anyway.
we went across the pond.
Ooh. I'm getting a fruit right off the front, though.
And I don't think we're back shelves one shelfer over there.
No, because this is actually coming out of the glass, too.
Mhm.
It's not, I think it's got a little something to it. I'm getting a hint. I'm more of an apple, though. I'm like a
I'll go with a light fruit.
almost like a caramel apple. Okay. I didn't expect that on the palate. I'll say this: you're going to see the thumbnail, and you're going to
That was
see.
probably the quickest sip you ever did.
No, I know. I took a little one because I wasn't sure where I was at.
Well, we're up there.
First drink of the day, I wasn't sure if it was going to hit me.
Well, it's hit.
But with that, you're going to see. I'm going to run a B-roll. You know what we're drinking. We're totally clueless, but that actually had a little something to it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that one's definitely holding on.
Yeah, that had a nice flavor though.
It has that as well.
But it had a little twang in the front though, not in a bad way.
A pretty good proof.
I didn't get it. I wasn't super hot, but I wasn't. I took a baby sip. You said you.
So didn't I.
All
But
right.
I know what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why didn't that hit you pretty hot?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay. No, it did this time. I switched it a little more. I was more interested in the fact that when I was rolling it on my tongue, I was getting kind of like that grain taste where I thought I could taste like one of the grains in there. Not in a bad way. I didn't hay or anything like that. But it was like, it was flavorful, but it didn't bring me. No, it's on there. No, that has a proof.
Whatever your first theory was,
Yep.
I'm vetoing that because you're
No,
this is holding on.
No,
Like,
it's there.
and it is proof.
Yep.
And it's probably got a pretty good rye to it.
Rye?
Yeah, it's got a
I don't know if you
huge
said rye or ride.
rye.
Because I was thinking, I was
R-Y-E.
thinking, could this be a larceny? That's what I was
Well,
thinking. in my head.
and it might be.
Like I was thinking, but that's a weeder. So I was thinking, like I'm definitely
This
tasting the
is-
grain, but I get confused sometimes because I think it's a wheat flavor, but I don't know what a wheat flavor is, and I mistake a lot of the rye flavors for the wheat flavor. So you might be right, but that was actually one was very good.
It's definitely holding on.
All right, I'm gonna go on to two. One definitely has a nice flavor to it. I guess
It does. It does. And it has a proof.
Yep. No, I agree. I took such a baby sip on the first one. It didn't hit me.
Yeah, I
And
don't
when
know.
I switched the second one, it was definitely there.
The noses are similar.
Yep.
That's
That'll be
confusing.
interesting.
But the colors are different. This is a little darker than that one. But the nose are very
This one
similar.
on my nose, it's twinging with my nose hairs, almost like like a little more ethanol. You know what I mean? Like it's just on the smell. It has a great caramel-esque flavor coming out, but it's twingling me a little bit.
This one has a little more nutty finish. This definitely has a nuttier finish. I didn't get nut out of the first one. I got a lot of heat out of the first one, honestly. This one's
I'm thinking like Elijah versus Booker's.
This
or
one's
like a Larceny versus
carrying
Booker's or something maybe.
a decent proof, but it's
It
easier.
is. It definitely drinks softer.
It's
Yeah,
easier,
I agree
but
with
there's
that.
a nuttier finish
Yep.
with that, and it's a little sweetness with a nuttier finish. So ease wise, too, right now. First sip, it was easier and
It's
more
still in my mouth,
and
though.
more
I'm
no
just
and
waiting
more
on the finish.
and more flavorful
No, I'm waiting on the finish myself.
because I have
agree.
that end residue of nut, a more nut light oak.
I'm interested on what
Oh,
this
the
one
nose
is.
actually, after a sip, that really kicked in. Even has a nutty nose.
With the nut, I'm wondering if this is a Booker's, and then and I know there's been a bunch of people that suggested certain Booker's versus certain Larceny or certain Elijah. I wonder if we're in that land.
That two right now for me drinks a lot easier than one.
That, and we have to go back.
No,
We can now
I'm with
because
you.
we took the 2 sips. These are 2 good bottles. I can say
no,
that though. I'm not disappointed.
right now.
Either one of
Honestly,
them.
I'm kind of leaning towards 2.
Yep.
Has a little more flavor than 1 for me.
I
But
actually
I'll
how
go
I put
back.
mine
I didn't-
originally, but
just
I gotta
switched
go
it,
back.
but there was a little more flavors in 2 than 1. But let me go back to 1.
Who knows?
I like that end nuttiness.
It's funny because so many people hate that, but I agree with you. I like that peanut sometimes. Like sometimes I like that. I like that.
Well,
do.
this one kicked in. This one hit me pretty quick on heat.
It's very caramel-esque too. It's not
Now,
just
1
nut.
Oh no.
I'm
Yeah,
on
yeah,
2.
Yeah, okay. I'm on 1.
1 is bringing more of an oatmeal than the nut. So you get kind of the oatmeal with maybe a hint of that. I get an oatmeal more than I get. It's good sniffing them back to back. I'm getting like peanuts in 2, and I get more of an oatmeal in 1.
I do walnuts, but you do peanuts.
Okay,
whatever.
right. It's definitely the nut.
Yeah, and there is more of an oat.
It's more of an oatmeal
1.
smell in 1. Not that I usually love that. So these are 2. These are 2 good pours. I can say that. Whatever
They
these
are.
are.
But 1's hotter.
All right, let's see.
1 has a crackle to it.
I did 2. Let's see this.
It sticks around, but it has a crackle to it. To me, compared to 2.
So remember, I said I could taste the grain. That's that. What's bringing me to oatmeal now? It's that grainy taste that gives me that. I'm tasting like an oat, which I know that's not in there. But when I drank it the first time, I couldn't figure out what it was, and it took me to drink glass 2 to figure out that it's bringing that oatmeal flavor to glass 1.
A lot more numbness though in 1
Yep.
than 2. I mean, that's still lingering on my tongue as far as the numbness.
No, the viscosity is crazy, and it's actually very oily, and it coats like a crazy person, and it stays for days.
Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I like better.
No, me neither. I'm gonna go on to 2 right now, but I'm waiting.
Nose-
I'm trying to
nose?
let that finish go
So
away.
I was bullshitting with you because typically I'm not the talker. So
No, I'm with you on that.
But 2's nose is probably a stronger pronounced nose.
The funny thing is, I'm not smelling the nut on the nose. Normally, you get that, but I'm getting more of a. There's almost a weird fruit in it. I don't know where that is.
That one sparkles too, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're up there in proof for both of these. We're like 125, 127, 128.
I think we're like a Larceny versus a Booker's or Elijah versus a Booker's. That's what I'm thinking we're at. That is good in its own way. This is going to be a tough one. I like both of these.
I almost like the little extra nut in 2, though.
Do you? I like the oatmeal in 1. We might draw this one. I have to go back.
I'm going back to 1 right now.
2 hangs on.
I
definitely think 1 might hang on a slight more.
I think it's proofier.
I think 2 hangs on with proof. The flavor itself, I think, of the oatmeal hangs on a little bit thicker.
See, I get the nut residue on 2.
This is definitely coming out in oatmeal. This is oatmeal with pecans, man. What was that? Brown sugar and raisin? What was it was brown sugar and something when you got the packets. Oatmeal.
Cinnamon.
Was it cinnamon and brown sugar?
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. 1.
Well, which would give you all that extra sparkle.
That's what's really making me and I'm digging it. I'm not gonna lie, but
and you actually, even when you swallow, you get that in your nose because I drink a shitload of cinnamon.
I really think that it brings me back to that packet, that cinnamon brown sugar. Man,
there's a light nut in one as well.
I would throw a pecan in it because it's kind of like a sweet nut. Really, it really does. I agree with that. But
But
you throw that in my oatmeal.
There's a
and I'm
heavier
in.
numbness though in one than two.
Yeah, and I think I like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm debating now.
Because one to me coats so oily, almost makes two feel water-esque. But I don't want you to say watery.
Yeah,
but
no.
compared
It's
to
definitely
one,
not watery.
No. Compared to one, it holds on, but it's hanging on with proof and not flavor. Where one to me is hanging on with flavor. That's my only dilemma.
I'm gonna go to two.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm following you because this has like a nice caramel nut.
No,
in there.
and it did have a lot of flavor.
I hope someone suggested this because this was a great choice. These are two very good bottles. I gotta go to
They
one.
have. Oh, I don't know.
Two is very good, but it goes away way faster than one. Flavor wise, not proof. It stays with proof, but it's
I'm
not
always
lasting as
disagreeing.
long. No, and we can. We 100% can. This could be a draw.
My two is still there.
All
it's
right,
still
I'm gonna
tingling.
go
It's still
two
friggin'
again.
whispering. It's there. And that's carrying some proof.
I'm not disliking either one of these two.
No,
I will gladly drink any of them any of the days.
For whatever
this is the
reason,
first
you are
time
you're a power drinker today.
This one's puzzling me. I'm almost.
I'm back to one.
I know I'm going there now. I just drank two.
Because I had to, and it was still lingering that long. Wow, they are very good. These could be two of our best picks in a while.
These are very good.
I
like the aggressiveness. I can't even say it. Aggressiveness of one. I like that it numbs me all up.
It does numb.
And
it definitely does numb.
I really do think
Wow,
I think it might be
does
Elijah
numb.
versus Booker's. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like a high rye Elijah too. We don't have to agree. These are two excellent whiskeys in front of us. I really hope one of you guys suggested this, but
so for me,
this is funny because I'm opposite you in this.
I actually like the extra nut flavor in two.
Right.
I do like the extra. There is a lot more numbness in one.
Yep.
But I like the extra nut flavor in the end on my two.
And in exact opposite,
they both give
the
you
oatmeal
numbness,
nut flavor that I get in one, and the numbness. It coated better. It had a longer finish. It has to me too.
They both got a pretty good numbness.
They're both very good. There's not a loser on the table. I want to stress that for the fact. But and we're definitely pulling hairs. But today, just today, and tomorrow might be a different thing. I do like the little bit more of aggressive on this. So it's not even going to hurt my feelings. This is a draw because these are two super solid.
I like the nuttiness, I guess, in two.
See, and I like the oatmeal with it adds another flavor.
It is an oatmeal with a numbness more,
right?
And it drank a little hotter to me than which usually I'm all about.
No, I agree. It does.
Today I just kind of like
that viscosity just lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah,
to me,
the thickness in two is not.
No, there's not a bad bottle on the table. So here we go. I am at 408
and 407.
What did we just do? The ones I just put in? One page back. 408 to 407. So that's funny because we called one of them anyway. So let me just draw it off. So it was a draw, so it's not going to matter. They both things. So Mike on glass number one was Booker's, which is funny because I would have thought Booker's would have been over here.
I was leaning towards Booker's to my left, but anyway, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah. It's
with the less nut.
Yeah, it's kicking though.
Okay, so that's Booker's 2024-01. It's a bourbon at 124.5 proof. That's who I picked as a winner. Him as second. And we got it for $99.99.
Yep.
And your winner, my second place, was Knob Creek Store Pick as a bourbon at 120 proof for $59.99. And this was a suggestion by Scott W4631. And this was a great suggestion.
It was.
Because, and you know what? I'm kind of glad it even came out this way. because different day, different situation. I can't believe the more nutty one was the Booker's, but we did that on when we did the
No,
Booker's thing.
mine was. I said nuttier and
In two,
right. Yeah.
which is Booker's. I mean, which is knob.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, did I say Booker's? I can't believe the more nutty one was actually in knob than in Booker's. But again, the difference between $99 and $59 is a huge amount of money.
It is.
These are two great pours. I would enjoy two as much as anything. It's just the Booker's just it was a little more aggressive, and today I actually
It
liked
was hotter to me.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
no,
hotter.
I agree, and it was only 4.5% hotter, but it was definitely drank hotter today. I didn't think this was a
If you
Booker's,
can
though.
find a store pick though
I'm
of a
getting-
knob, these are
They are one of the best buys on the market.
They are.
They're 100% because you can usually find them for like 59. We got the first one for 49. If you can get them in that range,
even if it was 79 and under, it was
It's
still,
still
a good deal.
oh no, 100% because again, it could have won either way.
Mhm.
So
We did. So.
yeah. So thank you again, Scott, for the suggestion. If you want to see a future Blind Friday, leave a comment down below. I would have rolled his name already somewhere in there anyway. So, but they come out when they come out. So, and I know he gave us this one quite a long time ago. So, that being said, that's Blind Friday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers.